What's up, YouTube? I got some stuff to share. Just some more stuff I was thinking about. The last court date where Tiff tried to manipulate the state so she wouldn't have to be on stand. It didn't work because the judge made her get on the stand and it was dismissed. Do you know who ran out of that courtroom that day? As soon as I told the judge that I was being threatened by the state's attorney to not say anything about my children, she said I need to hear a lot more about this. As far as this case is dismissed. So that shows right there the state's attorney is blocking it because they know. Guess who is friends with the state's attorney? My stepdad and my brother's wife. Guess where she went? Why we were broke up here, and she was supposed to be finding her a place, even though she had plenty of money to do so. She didn't. She went to her mom so she could keep that money and do drugs. That's besides the point. She went to them because she was on Facebook with them. She could see who they were friends with. She seen that she was friends with state's attorney. She also knew that my stepdad and my nephew Brian, which is a drug addict rat. Look up his background. It'll show you. Yeah, you're going to be amazed that this motherfucker wasn't put in prison for the rest of his life. Yeah, it's because of his family. My stepdad. This is the one that manipulated these people before this happened. He's also the one that went to her mother's when he got out of jail and started manipulating. Then he weasels his way into Subway where she's working at by using Pop and my mom to get close to her. My cousin Chris did the same thing. My niece Angela was there. She's seen it. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. They all knew. Yep. And where do we see this same corruption at? DC. Yeah, there's the same thing going on with the Epstein people, is it not? Yes, it is. Jen Anderson was legally allowed to steal a child. She was legally allowed to do whatever she wanted to that child. She broke her leg. She left her outside in the neighborhood where she could get hurt. Guess all that praying worked because she was still alive and she was okay. But she thinks her mother did that, even though she can't even remember her childhood from her own words. Yeah, they took her from me after I took her to school because she had come home from her mom's, which her mom tried to lie and say that, oh, I had kept her away from her for a month, which that was a lie. Her mom didn't come around for 2 months. And yes, I reported it. Of course I did. Um, did it go anywhere? No. Just like I reported her taking a child out of state. Did that go anywhere? Did I get an Amber Alert? Did my child get, found? No. When I went out of state and found out where my daughter was, she moved. I was threatened on that property too. Wow, so now we're letting kidnappers threaten parents. Imagine that. Yeah, they did. They called the cops and they threatened me openly with the cops there, even though I showed the cops the custody and the court agreement and showed that she was breaking it, which is breaking the law. They are supposed to extradite her. They didn't do that. Yes, Jasmine, this is what your dad went through. I was fighting every day to get you. After your mother took you to Texas, which was the third attempt, this time she actually got the manipulation that she was going for. The other two times, you can look it up yourself. Your mother lost. Your mother stole you. That's why you were out with Mexicans eating beans and walking up and down streets where you didn't know anybody. That's why you were left in bad developments just walking around. Yeah, your mother. See, when she brought you back from Delaware the first time after you had gotten your leg broke, and I got you sorry, I got you then the first time. You were at my house in Elkton. Yes, shortly after that, Daddy got you because Jen showed up. I forget what was going on, but she asked to come to John's birthday at the McDonald's in Elkton. And I seen what she tried to do, and she was really kind of upset that her talking to me didn't make Tiffany mad. Yeah, Tiffany knew. Not only that, we're parked right there by the windows. Tiffany can see everything. And I even told Jen, I said, you do anything out of sorts, you will be thrown out of this conversation and away from us forever. And she played her little innocent game. No, I just can't do nothing. I just, yeah, it's because you won't work. That's why. We already know that. We know what it is. You are allergic to work. We get it. And she was. She would just try and act all nice and sweet, which she learned that from her dad. Her dad was a pretty nice guy when I met him. I don't care what he did in his past or if he was a ruffian then. He wasn't with me. He was a good dude. Now, his wife or girlfriend, Mary Lou, now that woman had some issues. That woman was crazy. Oh, she damn sure was. Uh huh. Yeah. But yeah, this is what I mean. This family knows that this chick, they knew that she was psychotic and all that. They never said a word to me. They all act like, you know, oh, she's just a girl. It's normal. Wow. So you're telling me because of the way you all raised this chick, she just gets to do whatever she wants to kids and whatnot. I mean, look what she did to Gabe. She was asking me to take custody of Gabe. Yeah, I know exactly what that was. She was trying to set me up to have an excuse to send police, and she was going to try and take both, but she wouldn't have gotten it. Oh, no, she wouldn't have. Yeah, even when she came to my house, if I had that video in front of me right now, which I wish I did, I can go get it. She didn't care if her kid got ran over or hurt or what he did. She just let him run. She was so lazy, she would just expect other people to hop in and do it for her. And she knows me. I'm not going to let a kid get hurt. So, of course, I'm going to act before the child gets hurt. I'm not going to stand there and just yell at his mother to hopefully she listens and goes and gets him before something happens. No, I'm going to go get him and bring him back. And that's what I did. And yeah, we're telling Jen the whole time, you're a piece of shit. What are you doing? Not like that. We were saying it in code, but there ain't no kids around. So I can say what we were really telling her. And she knew exactly what we were saying. And even Steve agreed. He even told her she needs to stop being so lazy and step up, or those two are going to have problems. And guess what? Shortly after, they broke up. No, I don't blame Steve. I blame Jen. I damn sure do. And Steve is the one that supposedly Jasmine broke a microphone, which I don't even know if she really broke one. All I know is this was their excuse. And then that chick Leslie, when Jen was up there with Sam, Dex, and all them, just before she tried to pass Jazzy off to Sam, she had Leslie watching Jazz. And I get a call saying that I have to pay for a couch because Leslie fell asleep. Jasmine rode on Leslie's couch, and it was under Jen's basic, it was her job to keep an eye on her kid. She paid or got this friend to watch her. This friend fell asleep, supposedly got a hold of a marker and wrote on her $200 couch. It's a futon. It's not no $200 couch. Get out of here. China sells them for what? 15 bucks? Just kidding. Um, the point is, you two bitches did not do your job, and something happened. It's called accountability. And when you're watching a child, you don't fall asleep. And who authorized her to watch that child? Was it me? No. Was she watching that child because I was working? Was I paying her? No, because she would have never had my child. And this is why. Yeah, these are how stupid these bitches are. And Leslie works at the Christiana Care. Used to be called Union Hospital. No wonder it sucks. Yeah, Leslie, you're a piece of shit. You were also there the night Jen tried to trick me into going back with her by using Jasmine, even though Jasmine wasn't there. That was way after everything. That was when you moved further up in Elkton, up by the rural farms. Yeah, the other side. You know what I'm talking about. My cousin actually got the basement apartment there for a while. Way after it. Actually, it was just a few years ago that he got that there. But he's got a new place now. But anyway, when I was helping him move in there, I was like, yeah, this is where Jen and Leslie was. I wonder if that's the same landlord. Yeah, I wonder if she's got some information on YouTube. How you were loud and got kicked out of your apartment? What'd you get kicked out for? Not paying rent and fighting with who? Men and Jen. Yeah, that's what Leslie lost that place for. But she still protects Jen under this woman code. Hey, Leslie, you know you lied. Oh, yeah, you did. What's the matter? You couldn't bring Sam to life for you? Did she have an overdose? Is she in jail for drugs? Most likely. I bet you that's where Dex is, too. Yeah, these are the people Jen chose to give Jasmine to, trying to trick the courts with guardianship, and because she had gotten drugs. Yeah, Jen was a pill popper, apparently. Imagine that. Same thing Tiffany was. Where'd you get hooked on that at, Jen? All your dumbass friends you were hanging out with in Elkton from your years you went to school? You know your dad's neighbor Erica? You know, her and her husband, the one that works at the fire department? Oh, yeah. You didn't think I knew them either, did you? Yeah. See, I did a lot of work around Elkton. I know a lot of people. Pretty funny, a woman, if she can't take your life or control it, she'll destroy it. Yep, if you won't let her take control over your life or give her everything she wants, she will destroy your life. Doesn't mean you didn't do what you were supposed to. That means you didn't do what she wanted you to do. That's not emotionally unstable. That's not mentally unstable. Yeah, there's a lot of females out there, and our state allows it even more now because you have these psycho ass women becoming therapists. So now they can let even more women off the hook. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous, is what it is. It is simply ridiculous. I really think all these people doing this is part of that devil's army. They started off weak and mild and somehow gained access to what they wanted. So obviously, looks like lies and manipulation are being taken for truth way more than what they should. Hmm. Wonder if that's another sign. Yep, yep. So Tiffany was around my child and making her believe that I didn't fight for her and that Tiffany was the great one, the one that protected her, the one that tried to get her away from her terrible mother. No, Tiffany didn't do shit but sit on her ass, and you know it. Very funny. You say you can't remember me getting you from Sam's and Dex's and all that, but you were only 5 or 6 years old, and pretty funny. You say you can remember everything else, but you can't remember that. You can't remember what Leslie did. You can't remember your mom leaving you at her apartment with a baby gate at the top of the steps all day, letting you run in and out of 3 apartments. Yep, nobody there. Just a kid running crazy throughout the 3rd floor. Insane. One day I'm going to go take a picture of the building and show you. Then I'm going to show you the pictures of the other buildings in Elkton that have bars on the windows. Jazzy, you really thought that your mom had them installed? Oh, Lord. Psychopath. You are a psychopath, Jen. Yeah, you know what Jen and Tiffany have in common? They were put in psych wards because they were trying to kill people. Both of them. Yeah, they were. Jen was trying to hurt herself and would run her head into a door to get attention and attacked her one boyfriend because he wouldn't have sex with her. Yeah, I'm starting to think these women have flipped these situations because look at what's going on with these. And for me to be looking at other situations and see the same thing happening, yeah, 80% of the time it's these women starting this. Yep. And 80% of the time it's the man getting in trouble. Well, apparently, yelling at somebody and getting them to start fights is only illegal for men. Women can do it. They can use their First Amendment right and they can say whatever they want. But if men do it, oh yeah, they get arrested. Disturbing the peace, acting like a dork, whatever. What happens to a woman? Oh no, you're right, you're right. You have the right to say whatever you want. Yeah. We all have the right to say whatever we want. You all understanding that when two people are or a group of people are conversating, what normally happens? A disagreement, a fight. Boy, I wonder if that's why they said, hey, the Second Amendment needs to include, uh, in case they feel like beating the crap out of each other, or if it gets really serious, they should be protected if they have to shoot them. Then they said, well, government officials might need that treatment if they get out of line, which was a trick, by the way. Oh, yeah, it was, because none of you got the balls to use it or use it correctly. And you think by talking to them that they're going to be like, yes, you are authorized. No. They're going to lie and manipulate. They're going to try and use their power to get you in trouble. Yeah, of course they are. It's a trap. Always has been. That's why bankers and government were told to be shot if they ended up on your property. And this is why. I miss the days when people wanted to sell you stuff, they couldn't pop up an ad on your phone. They had to come out to your property and dance. Oh, yeah. Or at least take the risk of dancing. Yep. I, I would love to have it that way again. Yeah, pop up ads were a little different back then. Some dude with a vehicle just pops up on your property and starts jumping around like a jack in the box, hoping you're not going to shoot him. Right. They used to be scared. They're not. That's what they took. See, that's what the good book means about crying peace and safety. Yep. They would put us through all this psychological stuff and then be like, see, you need the government. You're so stressed out. We can help you. Yeah. What do they all say? What's the most terrifying thing to hear? We're from the government and we're here to help. What have we been hearing with all these disasters and everything going on? We're from the government and we're here to help. Really? What have you done to help? What have you done to help? Looks like you moved in to take the authority position and you use that to further your agenda. You didn't do anything to help. That's also trying to instill fear in people. Instill fear. Why? Because you're not as strong as you think you are. You just want people to believe you are. Same thing as the devil. He holds no power. You do. He gets you to twist and use your power for him. Yeah, isn't that just hilarious? But the devil is a liar, and he is seeking who he may devour. And the people that don't see it are the ones that are already eaten. That's why you don't see it. You're in his belly. You're already gone.